It would be a terrifying court if it were filled with Scalias. It would be an uninteresting court if it were filled with just Breyers and Chief Justice Roberts. But this dynamic is critical. Now, what happens when it's a liberal court is going to be a hard thing for him, because I do think he genuinely believes the conservative views which he advances. And when it's really put to the test systematically of, is he going to push to the institution or to his views, I'm not sure how he plays that out.
I think this is giving, frankly, much too much credit to Chief Justice Roberts. I mean, with the exception of the Affordable Care Act cases, on virtually every single major ideological question, he has voted hardline right-wing, whether it's affirmative action, whether it's abortion, whether it's gay rights, whether it's voting rights, whether it's campaign finance, whether it's gun control.
But that's a different point. It's not whether he's voting conservative or not. It's whether his vote draws the integrity of the institution into doubt. And so the Affordable Care Act was the critical case, because if a bunch of conservatives overturned what was perceived to be a signal legislation of this liberal president or this Democratic president, that would have been read as just a political act by the court. But when you can be conservative and it's not necessarily read as a political act, however skeptical we academics might be about it, I think that's where he gets to be conservative. And this is the line that I think he's demonstrating.
I don't see any difference between the Affordable Care Act and any of the other issues I mentioned.
Well, one big difference is, of course, many of those were dissents and didn't have, the effect on the country. Yeah. So if the Chief Justice is in dissent in, for example, gay marriage and saying, I'd let that stuff happen, he doesn't have any vote. He lost. So, the question is...
How about campaign finance and gun control?
You've got two issues. No, affirmative action, he lost as well. So you've got two issues in which, his vote has been cast in a way that actually matters to people, and those are hugely significant, but I don't think that 10 years ago during his confirmation hearing, the left would have predicted where we are now with the Chief Justice by any stretch.